Let me press record. I think we are recording right now.
Awesome.
Let me check something.
Hi. This is actually very cool. I'm so excited that the conversation is with you because, we pals.
March is a month of women's history, celebrating women's accomplishments, innovations, and pride. The whole idea is to be proud to be an impactful woman, understanding what woman brings to the shaping of our history, bring awareness to educational opportunities, inequalities, and barriers women still face today. We also have International Women's Day on March 8th, and these two come in no coincidence. Fun fact, Women's History Month is supposed to be in August, around the time where women first had the chance to vote. However, Miss
Susan Scanlon.
she proposed that, if we were going to be having parades and celebrating women's history during August, it's going to be sticky and hot, and it's just not going to be an enjoyable experience. So how about we move it to March, around the time where International Women's Day is, and it will be a more enjoyable experience for everyone. Well, that's why Women's History Month is in March, not in August or other months. So, in celebrating Women's History Month, we want to highlight some women's accomplishments, particularly SMU students who are starting their own thing and making an impact. Today we have a brief interview with one of these wonderful women. Let's introduce her. Andrea! Andrea is the founder of K4S, Knowledge4Students, on Instagram. She's a third-year SMU student who's trying to make university life easier and more enjoyable. Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for sparing your time.
Hola, I'm Andrea. Andrea like apples, not like Andrea. People also call me Andrea Berry. I'm a 90s baby from born and raised in Madrid. Also, I love strawberries. I love Timbits and I love Corona. Taking science and St. Mary's, Husky, whatever. And I've been through 1 year. I've been the CEO of Knowledge4Students.
Andrea is the founder of K4S. I would say it's a entrepreneur project you are working on to make it as a profitable business in the near future. Would you say that's kind of like aligned with what you're going for now?
If you ask me as a university student, I will tell you that K4S is a social hub where university students can get together. But if you ask me as the CEO, I will reply you saying that K4S is more of a lifestyle brand that can design innovative solutions for sustainable brands. In order for K4S to be what K4S is because of the people that got involved in, due to the team and also the people that have participated either in the podcast, either in the events, or maybe they just go through our DMs like, hey, this will be good to have it, and we can be like, sure, yeah, we can do it.
Like how you said, like K4S is a social hub. I feel like that fits with the image of K4S and what you hope students get out of it really, really well. And K4S has been really active since 2020 January when you first started. Would you like to talk about what are the projects you're working on right now, and what do you see yourself and K4S down the road?
I love this question so far. Like, I haven't had the opportunity to actually share these thoughts with you guys. Last year was all about bringing university students together based on what we like. You like to speak your mind, you have the podcast.
I was like, whoa.
You love food, you have Tasty World. You love sports, you want to foster your passion through sports. We have basketball games, soccer games, whatever. But then this year, it's more about bringing the online hub to the table. Apart from signing for events, looking at the new podcast, also feel a sense of belonging. But K4S is trying to bring people together that are outside and inside. So how are we able to build together a hub where you can just go there and meet me, based on what we like? Anything you could imagine, from connecting, learning, having fun, also donate.
You use Instagram as the main platform for reaching out to people and connecting people online. Obviously, you put a lot of time on Instagram, And I feel like nowadays social media has become another obligation to be a modern, normal, and even respectful sometimes social player. So like many people struggle with balancing the use of social media. As a main content creator for K4S on Instagram and a modern young university student, how do you balance your time on social media?
Everything you guys see on the K4S page, like the stories and the post, it's not one single person. Like it's not actually me. Some people think like, I'm behind or whatever. There's a lot of students involved in what is gonna be posted and things like that. And also another thing is that before creating the K4S page in Instagram, I had no Instagram. I wasn't on Instagram. Instagram wasn't my thing. Like I never had that feeling that people feel like, oh my God, I cannot stay without social media. Like I don't have that feeling. And I think because of that, I'm able to manage the way I get involved every time I have to go up with my phone. We are portraying in social media what we want other people to see. What K4S does, sharing valuable information, bringing people together, and what we show in our platform is actually organic. All the laughs that you see, all the conversations that you hear, we put them there because it's organic to make sure that you feel safe in a place where you can literally speak your mind, kind of thing. I don't count success as having 10K followers. It's not me. For me, it's more about I walk around and I see students and we got to actually share things about K4S. That's the thing that makes me feel like that's how social media works.
And making the connection with other people. And that's how you measure your success for K4S as a platform.
Exactly.
And actually wondering, how do you measure success for yourself as well?
Love that question because my 2021 proposition as a female, Black, international student, and non-English speaker.
So many characteristics.
Listen, girl, like
I got titles everywhere.
listen, girl, like some people think like it's easy. For me, it's more about how am I able to every single day live my personal freedom. My personal freedom is all about do things in my life that can enhance me personally and also enhance the people I interact with. Use the chemicals of the happiness like dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. There are only four, and they're so easy to like apply into your daily life. Endorphin, you go and run. Serotonin, you go for a walk when you're stressed. Oxytocin, when you give a hug to someone that you miss so much. Like if you keep those chemicals going in a week, it enhances you big time. Like Sarah, I tested out. I tested out big time. Like if you keep these four chemicals happening in your week, makes you feel that you can achieve anything, and also confidence.
I've never heard the four chemicals thing, so I'm going to do more research on that. And I feel like you tied that into confidence, which is something I actually really want to ask you about. Like,
go for it.
Do you believe confidence is a choice and that it's always within us? You just have to keep practicing it.
Being able to talk with people and not seeing them as like you are Black or you are Asian or you are white, it opens your mind, but also gives you like another aspect that can brings more confidence out of you. Because when you're open-minded or when you don't see that it's a race between the people that you interact with, you can get a lot of confidence just by like listening to other person. Like it's what I use for my confidence is to see people as people. I just don't see your color. For example, when I moved to Canada, my English was whack. Like honestly, when I remember I got to the airport and the only thing I knew how to say is like I want to go to the washroom. My confidence back in the days were whack AF. And now because I interacted with people, I created connections, I see people based on who they are, that brings me more confidence. That makes me feel like, oh my God, if I'm able to understand this person, I can understand myself too. It feels good.
Also, I feel like we live in a society where we admire confidence a lot. Yeah, we don't.
Oh my God.
Really, yeah, right? But we don't truly allow confidence to be shown, though.
I was in a situation a couple days ago where we were kind of having we are working on our business model, and we were having a conversation, me and other partners. We were talking about, how K4S works and whatever. And then we were moving the conversation to business wise. In order for that was talking to us to, like, I don't know, refer to that we're going to talk about business, he literally just was saying something like, just a saying, like a business saying that makes you feel that you are not connected with, like, your business knowledge is not enough broad to join the conversation. He was providing that vibes to me. And I was literally in the whole conversation, I was like this. That feeling, it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible. And and at that moment, I wasn't even thinking that it was because of my skin. It was basically because of my gender. Because you feel that because I'm a female, I won't be able to understand this business conversation that you guys are having. That was a very uncomfortable something to experience, but I guess you learn from it, and that makes me realize that my goal is to, as a female, to empower more people with this story, to speak up in conversations like this. I was just shocked by the moment. I never experienced something like that. But if I got to experience something like that again, I'll speak up. And if you are feeling yourself in that situation, speak the up. You're a female, but yeah, like, you're a human being, and you have your thoughts, and yeah.
Okay, we're getting into this really brief end of this interview, and something you always do every time to wrap up an episode of the K4S podcast is you ask guests about the 17 goals of sustainable development. So why do you ask them these goals every time, and like, what do you hope in achieving by asking this?
Well, now you make me go back to episode 1, because when I was thinking about coming up with the podcast, I had no idea what were the 17 global goals. Like, I had to know about them because the Entrepreneurship Center, shout out to the St. Mary's Entrepreneurship Center, you rock forever. But I had no idea about the 17 global goals. So if you don't know them, there's the link down below.
Okay.
There's 93 countries around Earth that they really care about people and about this planet. So they are putting together 17 goals that has to be achieved by 2030. 2030, 9 years. And as a university students, it's our duty to being able to come up with solutions to achieve these goals. What I was thinking is, like, why not asking students, if one day you wake up and you can achieve one, which one it will be? I actually have a video of all the goals that the university students have voted in the K4S podcast. But for me personally, and also for K4S, our goal is to bring together students so that we can all achieve together the goal number 4, quality education, because I think that in order for us to benefit from a quality education, it needs to be together, like bridging the gap between local students and international students. This semester, we are actually working on a youth workshop. We are looking forward to, engage the youth to know more about these goals in a very cool way. So we are calling international development studies students, psychology students, social justice, environmental, any student that think that love the 17 global goals and want to apply what you're learning in the university into kids. Holla at us at Knowledge4Students on Instagram. I think it's gonna be one of the best events that we ever hosted, because it's kind of like a leadership event for you to improve yourself, how to talk and stuff to youth. If kids can understand you, anybody can understand you. And the other part is more about connecting people, network opportunities. So yeah, you can add it on the resume, CRR, and whatever.
Andrea, thank you so much for this conversation.
It's been wonderful being able to discuss these topics with you. You created K4S so with a lot of passion, and obviously you have a lot to say and a lot to give. So I just want to give you a chance to say anything, like a joke that you think it's funny, anything that's on your mind, a word of encouragement for girls out there, for Black History Month, or for the month of Women's History.
I would like to thank SMU Journal for giving me the opportunity to, for the first time, speak my mind. And I would like to say for the people that are watching this, in the comment section down below, we can continue the conversation. Like you can ask us any questions. Just make sure that you add the hashtag AskK4S, and then we will be able to, keep the conversation out there. Thank you so much for watching. Honestly, shout out to the Submerged Entrepreneurships always for believing on us. In particular, Jason Turner and Valerie Caswell, because Valerie came up with the name, just so you guys know. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody that is on the K First team or has ever been in the in event or has been part of the podcast or have been just interacting with us. And you can follow us on Instagram at Knowledge4Students. The online social hub will be available on hopefully by the time this episode is out,
March
it will be
1st.
out. But the link of the on the social hub, it will be on our Instagram. And for business inquiries, you can email us knowledge4students at hotmail.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram, Andrea very underscore. My word of encouragement will be for, I think it will be for three different type of people. For people that don't speak English, that have not English as a first language, for females and for Black people. For Black people will be, we're doing great, life is good, but the only way that we can bring together more people into our history is to not seeing people by their race. So let's keep going what we're doing and always striving and prosper. For females out there, it's been we have so many inspirational icons that are in different positions around the world. Like for example, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is just something else. But it just my word of encouragement is that we can do anything. Don't let anyone tell you, oh, you cannot. Oh, you need the experience. You can do anything. I'm telling you all, we can do anything. And if you want to take me as a example or whatever, go for it. I really don't mind. But yeah.
I really don't mind. I would be happy. I would be honored.
University students in particular that have not English as their first language. That was the reason why I decided to be host on a podcast. Before that, I was panic of my English. So always push yourself, not always be in the comfort zone, and never let someone makes you feel down just because you guys don't speak the same language. Actually, the fact that you have two languages, yeah, just embrace it and meet more people that are outside of your, like, you don't meet people that are from your country only, because that really close your mind as well. Like literally, like meet people, and if you want to meet people that actually like your stuff and things that you challenge with, follow K First.
Hey, awesome. Thank you.
I'm not a leader, I'm a follower. Look at K First as a tree. My goal is to bring people together so we can keep building the tree. There is no leader here. We are all followers.
That's
Just
a
to
really
leave it there.